Rev it up and welcome to Cars Yeah, show number 2526.
This is Cars Yeah, where you'll enjoy interviews with inspiring automotive enthusiasts. Mark Green is here to provide you with a fuel injection of automotive inspiration. So get in, sit down, buckle up, and get ready for a wild ride here on Cars Yeah.
Hello, inspiring automotive enthusiasts, and welcome to Cars Yeah. Well, we're at the end of 2024, and I wanted to take time to look back and celebrate the life of those past guests that I've had here on Cars Yeah who we lost. I believe it was Abraham Lincoln who said, in the end, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years. Well, these four inspiring people, they all lived their lives surrounding themselves with their passions for people and automobiles. All were guests here, and I'm honored to say I'd become friends with all these people, like so many of my past guests. Their impact on the car world and the people they encountered created lives that were very well lived. And it's something that I think we should all aspire to every single day. So let's begin. Rich McDonald passed on March 28th in 2024. He was past guest number 830 way back in August in 2017. And then he returned as guest number 1,465 on January 13th in 2020. I first met Rich McDonald at Superformance, Hillbank, Shelby Legendary Cars in Irvine, Orange County, California. And that was back when I was filming the first episode of my Cars Yeah TV show. At Superformance, the owner, Lance Stander, and his team, including Rich, built Ford Cobras, GT40s, Daytonas, Caterhams, and the Corvette Grand Sport. And Rich was involved in sales and promotions. And boy, did he promote those vehicles and his passion for them. You can walk in and purchase a new car, or you can have them build one to your exact specifications. Rich's father was a famous racer, Dave McDonald, who raced Cobras to many victories and was also an IndyCar racer. And sadly, he passed in a horrific accident back in 1964 at the Indianapolis 500, along with fellow racer Eddie Sachs. They both died in a just horrific crash. Rich was one of those people with a permanent infectious smile on his face. He carried his father's legacy forward, talked about him often, and was very enthusiastic about the world of cars and racing. He even got to be involved in the famous Ford versus Ferrari movie about Carroll Shelby, starring Matt Damon and Christian Bale and many others. Sadly, Rich passed after a valiant and always positive battle with cancer. He was very active on social media and posted about his battle with cancer, but it was always with a smile. Never any woe is me or pity or anything like that. He always had the next move that he was going to beat this. And when he was on my show, he left us with parting advice. He said, treat everyone with respect and dignity. The world will miss Rich McDonald. Mike MULLAN passed in June of 2024. He was show number 909 in November of 2017. Mike was the owner of Car Treasures. It's a website where you can find vintage automobilia. His life was shared on his website, where automotive enthusiasts and collectors could sell, buy, browse treasures, pieces of automobilia, including toys and models and posters and artwork and signs and literature, documents, trophies, advertising, promotional items, and other historic artifacts from the automotive past. It's all these kind of things that us automotive enthusiasts have. We have them in our garages. We hang them on the walls. We have them tucked away in drawers. You'll come across hard to find unique items at his website that you never even knew existed. He had a chance to go in and help people clean out their garages, raise a little money, and fill their garage back up again with the many things that he offered that you could buy. And as if that didn't keep Mike busy enough, his day job, he was a realtor and land and residential property realtor in the Phoenix metro area. His parting words of advice were be creative and think outside the box, and then put your ideas into motion. He was a wonderful guy I got to know, and we will miss him very, very much. Rob Pitts passed on August 25th. He was show number 527 way back in 2016. Before he got really famous on TV, he was known by his friends and fans as Rabbit. He was a businessman, a television personality, and a classic car enthusiast. He was best known for co-starring in the Netflix series Tex-Mex Motors, and his storytelling on the YouTube channel was, well, it was pretty darn cool. He was the owner of Pitt's Truck Service in Greenville, South Carolina when I met him. That 40-plus-year-old company provided truck and trailer repair from light service to full overhauls. Rob started Hot Rods and Happy Hour, a monthly car event, much like Cars and Coffee, that he would put well-known cars and coffee events together across the country, really. The events grew and expanded. Typical rabbit behavior. He was always moving fast, along with getting like-minded enthusiasts together to enjoy their cars and trucks and motorcycles. Hot Rods and Happy Hour raised money to help children that were affected by autism. Tells you a lot about him. All the proceeds from their shirt sales and more went towards helping children who suffer from this terrible disease. He passed at a very young age of 45 from stomach cancer. We lost him way too soon. His parting words of advice: do what you love, and the rest will come. And boy, did that happen. That's the way Rob Pitts lived his life. The last guest I want to share is Chad McQueen. He passed on July 11th. He was show number 450, and then he came back and was on the show again in May of 2018. Chad was, of course, the son of legendary actor Steve McQueen. He was on the show twice, as I mentioned, and I also got to film an episode with him at his father's annual Steve McQueen Car Show, an event he puts on that his family is carrying forward. As an adult, Chad followed his father's path into acting and racing. His most notable role was Dutch, a Cobra Kai villain in the Karate Kid film. While his acting career never really ascended to the heights that his father had, Chad proved to be a very talented race car driver and competed in top-tier events, including Le Mans 24 Hours, the Sebring 12 Hours. Unfortunately, Chad's racing career was cut very short due to a major crash that he had during a practice session for the Daytona 24 Hours in 2006, and that crash left him with a fractured left leg, spinal injuries, as well as multiple broken ribs. These are injuries that really plagued him for the rest of his life, and every time I would see him and he would walk up, he always looked like he was in a little pain. He was twisted a little sideways. Those injuries just plagued him to the very end. He was unable to race because of those, so he founded McQueen Racing in 2010. He collaborated with manufacturers to build limited edition cars, trucks, and motorcycles. Nothing could keep Chad down. Chad passed at a very young age of 63 from organ failure. He never really had recovered from an injury he suffered after a fall in 2020. And he was survived by his wife Jeannie, his children Stephen, Chase, and Madison, and his 92-year-old mother, Neely Adams. Chad's parting words of advice were, don't hit anything. It tells you a little bit about him and the way he approached life, always having some fun. You know, this is the last solo show that I'll do here on Cars Yeah, and boy, has this been a fun ride for me. I just want to tell you listeners how grateful I am for you allowing me into your life for the last 10 and a half years. As I sit here today saying so long is really bittersweet. While I'm excited for the new chapters ahead, I'm also very heartwarmed to think of so many inspiring people that I've met over the past 10 plus years. I have friends in almost every country now. This ride would not have been possible without the guests and you, the listeners. And I want to thank you for all your support and friendship and the incredible journey that you've allowed me to take with you, sharing these inspiring automotive enthusiasts. There are so many fond memories that I'm going to carry forward into my life. Please know that I'll cherish the time that we shared together and the many inspiring lessons I've learned. For the rest of my life, I hope we can stay connected. And remember, this isn't the end. It's a new beginning with a new voice to carry on the mantra of inspiring automotive enthusiasts. You are a key part of that mission as well. From the beginning, I planned to build the Cars Yeah brand so that it could carry on without me at the wheel. And I got very fortunate. I met Ginger Baker Rust. She approached me about taking over the wheel of this show, and she will be your new producer, your new host, your new voice, and the new owner of the Cars Yeah. And I'm very confident that she will continue to inspire, and I'm sure that she will transform Cars Yeah into something more substantial, better, and more unique. I learned the secret to a great life after doing so many shows at Cars Yeah. It taught me that secret is find a way to help others in any way you can, big or small. It truly is a way to be happy and it is the secret to a happy life, and I recommend that you give it a try. So as I sign off here, as I always do, I encourage you to keep listening, and maybe I'll come back as a guest once in a while if Ginger will invite me back. But as you've heard me say so many times, until then, I'll see you down the road.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's ride here at Cars Yeah. Drive on over to carsyeah.com to find show notes and inspiring automotive fun. Download your free copy of Filler Up, a fun book filled with gorgeous photographs of fuel filler fun, including quotes from more inspiring automotive enthusiasts. Download your copy today, and we'll see you next time on Cars Yeah.